now. So reading. So even in this class, we start by reading. And a good thing about reading is that we can learn from people that no longer is with us here on earth, such as Jesus. So the book I'm using right now is Jesus Calling. Okay, August 27th. Spend time with me for the pure pleasure of being in my company. I can brighten up the dullest of gray days. I can add sparkle to the routines of daily life. You have to repeat so many tasks day after day. This monotony can dull your thinking until your mind slips into neutral. A mind that is unfocused is vulnerable to the world, the flesh, and the devil, all of which exert a downward pull on your thoughts. As your thinking processes deteriorate, you become increasingly confused and directionless. The best remedy is to refocus your mind and heart on me, your constant companion. Even the most confusing day opens up before you as you go step by step with me. My presence goes with you wherever you go, providing light for your path. Okay, so as you know, I use different daily readers or books with poems from people from the past, mostly. Actually, some are still living, like Pema Chodron is still with us. And we don't have to agree with what they say. We can still listen to them, hear, try to understand what they say, and then play with the ideas and see what we can learn. So as far as I understand, the experience here on Earth is one big learning or school. We sign up to school to go to school. So here they talk about a focused or unfocused mind, and the best remedy is to refocus your mind and heart on me, your constant companion. So, so constant companion. So in yoga, what I've learned, the constant companion is the core of me. So there's a part of me that's permanent, that's always here. The body clearly changes and eventually dies, but there is one part of me who is permanent and changeless, as far as I understand. So that would be the constant companion they talk about in the Bible. So these texts are taken from the Bible. So maybe today we think about an unfocused mind and a focused mind. And so the unfocused mind is just going all over, just all over the place. And the focused mind is I am deciding what I'm going to put my focus on. And I can choose different things. I can choose to put my focus on the tree out there, or I can choose to put the focus on what they talk about, the constant companion. That would be the part of me or the world or the whatever that is permanent or constant, or God or Jesus or whatever you call it. Okay, so let's play. So find your seat, sit up tall, watch your feet, move your feet to remind ourselves that. So it can be sometimes it can be hard to remember that we are here on earth because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So to remind ourselves that, okay, right now we are on earth. So we have feet and they can move, and we have senses here on earth. So I can sense the sole of the foot connecting to the earth. And we have signed up to be here on earth, earth school. This is earth school. And we're all in different grades. Some are in preschool, some are in college, some are in high school. Okay, so we have feet, and then come to stillness. And this time, bring your mind or your focus to your two sitting bones. So that's another part of the earthly experience. So we have two sitting bones, and today, if you want to, one sitting bone can symbolize the unfocused mind, the mind that's all over, the monkey mind. And the other one is the focused mind. And right now we're focusing on the sitting bones. So that's a choice we're making. So unfocused, focused, unfocused, focused, unfocused, focused. And then come to stillness. And then if you want to, you can bring your awareness to your breathing. So the breathing, just notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Notice the inhale. So focusing on the breathing. And as you allow your mind to focus on the breathing, maybe there's a part of you that can experience the constant companion that is beyond your breathing. So if you allow your mind to focus on the breathing, maybe there is space within that can allow you to see beyond, and maybe get a glimpse of the constant companion. So let's try that for a while. So bring your focus to your breathing, and as the mind gets more and more focused, there is some kind of stillness, and that's when we have a chance to sense the constant companion. In this book, they call it the constant companion. So let's try that for maybe a minute. So here we go. So bring focus on your breathing. Your eyes can be open or closed. Okay, and then release. Put your hands on your knees, and then start the cat cow moment. So maybe you can imagine, or maybe you sense that constant companion, that's always there, always there. And at the same time, we are here on Earth that is very temporary. Sometimes it feels like forever, but this is very temporary, our existence on Earth. Um, and for some reason, we are asked to be here, even though there is that constant companion too. So having those two ideas together. And then come back to neutral, and then blinking, bubbling stars. So in my earthly image of the constant companion is blinking, bubbling stars. Clearly, blinking, bubbling stars are also a physical thing on this earth or universe, but that's the closest I can get to describe the constant companion that I think is indescribable. All the way up, clap your hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Allow your mind to focus on the breathing. Okay, and then shift the focus to reaching and reaching. And this time, maybe allow the mind to sense the stretching in your physical body. Notice the stretching in your physical body and notice the changes in your physical body. So it's very different now at age, I'm 58, at age 58, than from when I was 4 or 22 or 35. So clearly in this reality, things are changing. Things are changing. Okay, open up, turn, open up. And then maybe think about the past. So think about a time when your mind was very unfocused, scattered, the monkey mind, racing thoughts. So maybe think about a time in the past when that happened to you. Um, and just remember that situation and like, how that was. And then release, lift and release a few times. Maybe you roll the shoulders one way and then the other way. Okay. So to me, the image of the constant companion is blinking, bubbling stars. That is clearly not what it is. So any other image that helps you imagine something that's kind of unimaginable? Uh, yeah. If you have any suggestions, I would love to know. And then reach and reach and reach and reach, turn, open up. And this time, go back in the past. And this time, remember a time when your mind was very focused. Maybe it was focused on the constant companion. So, what happened? So watch yourself, observe yourself from a distance. Watch yourself and your mind being very focused on the constant companion. And what does the situation look like? And then release, lift and release, lift and release. And then roll the shoulders one way and then the other. Okay, open up or come into cactus arms. And then start stretching the mind, gaining more perspective. So, stretching the mind. So, how can we stretch our mind even more to gain a bigger perspective? So, there's a part of us. Yeah, what happens when you stretch your mind? What does that even mean to you to stretch your mind? And then we have patterns of thinking could be focus, right? So if I'm very focused on the doorknob over there, that's gonna, lead to certain things in my life. And if I'm very focused on the bird sitting up there, well, my life is going to be different. So what I focus on matters. Okay. Now let the focused and the unfocused mind get together for a quick coffee. So what happens when the monkey mind and the focused mind gets together for a quick coffee? Well, one is, in my mind, one is running around like a crazy person, and the other one is sitting down, watching the monkey with patience and compassion, and then cross the midline, and then stay there. So I have this image of the focused mind sitting calmly, patiently, compassionately, enjoying the coffee, and the monkey mind running around. Uh, so, what happens when they stay together? What happens? So maybe the monkey mind is starting to calm down and come and sit at the table, and then try the other side. And then release, and then all four. You can stay here, you can kick and scream, you can bring up one foot and the other, maybe both, and then eventually coming down. Okay, so with a wide and stable stand, we can explore areas that feels very uncomfortable. Okay, so today we're just playing with an unfocused mind and a focused mind. So on one side, we can explore the unfocused mind, and on the other, the focused. So just knowing that there is one part of us that's very focused and the other one that's very unfocused, and we can choose which one we want to spend more time in. And then going in between. So there is more than focus and unfocus, right? So we make it a little black and white, simplify things to, well, we go to extremes to sometimes that's easier to explore. Life is a little bit more complicated than that. So, so when we add in the other colors, when we move from black and white to adding more colors, it gets a little bit more complex. And then back to neutral. Okay, let's use the brain, the part of the brain that can imagine pictures or images. So start with the unfocused mind. So imagine an unfocused mind or your unfocused mind. Give it a color, dip the fingers in paint, and then draw that image. Draw the image of an unfocused mind. Draw the image of an unfocused mind. And then release that image. And then bring your awareness to the focused mind or your own focused mind. What does your focused mind look like? So give it an image or take a color and then put your fingers there and then draw the image. Draw the image of the focused mind, your focused mind. And then release. And then jump the feet together. Okay, now we're going to use the part of the brain that deals with the words. So starting with the unfocused mind. So you have an image, you have the color. Now add some words to it. So dip the toes in ink and then write about the unfocused mind. Write about your unfocused mind. Maybe you're writing a book. Step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. So why are images and words so important? So here we are in this class using words, not a lot of images in the one, but we're using words because that's one way that we learn in this reality. And if this is Earth School, we need teachers and methods that we can understand. And words and images are two ways. Release the hands down, drop the head. Inhale, come back up. Place the foot on the knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. So, so we already talked about images and words. The other one is movement. So we are using the body to learn, pay attention to the body, how it feels, how it moves. Slide the knees together, whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. So give yourself a hug. Remind yourself how much you love yourself, how proud you are of your own progress. And then move into your version of eagle posture. So this eagle's mind is unfocused. So watch this eagle. So it's an eagle, it's a powerful eagle with an unfocused mind flying around. What does it look like? And then let that bird fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, let's explore the focused mind. So open up your toes, dip your toes in ink, and then write the story of a or your focused mind. So write the story of your focused mind. What does it look like? What's the story about? So what describe it? Imagine that you are actually doing this with a book, an image and words. So someone is going to read that, and maybe you will help them understand the difference between an unfocused and a focused mind. Okay, place the left hand on the floor, the right hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, push into earth and look up towards the sky to gain more perspective. So stretching our own mind, stretching our mind, either to understand or make it so thin that we can see beyond. Maybe reach up even higher. And then that top hand comes down, thread the needle, find the opposite ankle, walk the left hand forward, look underneath your armpit. Inhale, come back. Okay, place the right hand on the floor, left hand on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Top arm comes up, reach, reach, reach. And then that top arm comes down, thread the needle, find the opposite ankle, walk the hand forward, look under your armpit. Inhale to come back up. So maybe think about how could your images and your words help someone else if you actually wrote that book or painted that picture. Okay, left foot on right knee, use your fingers. And this time, we're not paying attention to words, we're not paying attention to images. This time, we're paying attention to the body. So, what does your body tell you? So, this is seated pigeon. We store a lot of memories in the hip area. So, in this posture, what does your physical body tell you? Okay. And then slide the knees together, whatever leg is on top, that goes under. Give yourself a hug. Um, tell your, remind yourself whatever you need to be reminded of. I love myself. I'm compassionate with myself. I'm here to learn. Whatever you need to remind yourself. Whatever you wished someone else would tell you, you can tell yourself. And then find your way to seated, your version of seated ego. Okay, this ego's mind is focused. This ego's mind is focused. Focused on the constant companion. The constant companion. What does that bird look like? And then let that bird fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay. In the reality of the earth, we are asked to take skillful action, and to do that, sometimes we need muscles. So let's build some muscles. So big inhale, exhale, push into earth and come up to standing. I'm picking 10, the magic 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest, recover, and then repeat. Big inhale, exhale, push into the earth, and then repeat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, rest, recover, and then get back up again. Big inhale, exhale, push into the earth, and this time we're going to stay standing. Okay, breath of joy. 3 inhales, 1 exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. And then let the arms go. Let the arms go. Let the arms go. So you can actually do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can actually do whatever you want. And then face the consequences, of course. But you can actually do whatever you want. Allowing the focus and the unfocused mind to get together. And then finding position of power. So maybe imagine that your constant companion is in solar plexus. Okay, just play with that idea. So you have a constant companion in solar plexus. So place your hands on solar plexus. Inhale into your constant companion. Exhale and allow your constant companion to fill your entire physical body. Inhale. Exhale and allow it to extend beyond solar plexus and into the rest of your body. Inhale. Exhale, allow it to expand beyond solar plexus, fill the physical body, and then beyond the physical body into the rest of the world. Hands on your hips. And then lean and lift. Lean and lift. And then eventually taking skillful action. If we, to the best of our ability right now. Okay, let's do one sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. Hands on your hips, lift the hips and walk forward. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair posture. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight. Right heel comes off. Take a big step back. And then finding warrior one. Bring awareness to your heart. Allow your heart to focus on the constant companion. You can stay here in this balancing posture, or if you want to, you can explore others. Eventually, meeting in Tadasana. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Stepping back, finding warrior one. Bring your awareness to your heart. Allow your heart to focus on the constant companion. You can stay here in warrior three, or you can explore other balancing postures if you want to. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra, step back for warrior two. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. Maybe your past mind was very unfocused. That does not mean that your future mind can be super focused. We can change. We're here on earth, we change. We change. Flip the front hand, reverse. Move into the future, which is planning. So we cannot really move into the future, but we can move into a mindset where we are planning for the future. Hands on your hips, release down. And what does the constant companion look like to you? How does it feel to be with your constant companion? Hands on the chair, moving into half moon posture. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can go into a standing pigeon, and then eventually back to Tadasana. Okay, inhale to chair, exhale Anjali Mudra, stepping back to warrior two. Just because your mind maybe was super focused in the past doesn't mean it could be unfocused in the future. And this is just because we knew something, if we stop practicing, we might lose a skill. Flip the front hand, reverse. Move into a planning mode. Back to the now. And then reflect upon the constant companion. What does constant companion mean to you? What do you call it? In the book we use, they call it the constant companion. That's from the Bible. Maybe you prefer another book. And then back to warrior two, hands on the chair, moving into half moon posture. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can do the standing pigeon, or something else. And eventually we're all going to meet in Tadasana. So here we are at the top of the mountain. So maybe think about being at the top of the mountain and being part of the constant companion. So being part of God or the universe or the changeless, the permanent. And then you say, I'm ready. Okay, that's when you get a seed. And then you're standing at the top of the mountain and you drop that seed down onto the earth. So we actually sign up to be here on earth. Okay, and then there you are. Now imagine yourself as a little seed in the soil, and maybe there are leaves and stuff that comes on top. So it's very, very dark. And then eventually you start to grow and you turn into this beautiful tree. And there's a part of you that still remembers the top of the mountain. There is a part of you that still remembers that the top of the mountain exists, even though it feels very distant when we are being busy being trees on earth. And then eventually, the tree changes, it drops its leaves, and eventually it dies, goes back into the earth, and back up to the top of the mountain. So here you are at the top of the mountain, hanging out. And then I'm not really sure why we sign up, but at some point, maybe we get bored, I don't know, or ready. And they say, right, okay, I'm ready. You get a little seed, you drop it down, you can watch the seed drop down to earth. And there it is, a little seed in the soil. Close your eyes, your little seed. It's dark. And then you start to grow. You start to grow and you grow into this beautiful tree. And there is a part of you that remembers, even though you are very busy being a tree, there is a part of you that remembers the top of the mountain. And here we are being very busy being trees. And eventually the tree drops its leaves, or maybe there's a storm coming, so it breaks and it dies. And we come back to the top of the mountain. Okay, place the hands on this chair, step back for plank posture. Use your feet to move back and forth. Pushing back to down dog. Release the knees down. Now, pick the color of an unfocused mind. Big circle. Pick the color of a focused mind. Big circle. Now mix the two colors. Two big circles. Place your hands in your back pockets and allow your heart and mind. Maybe the mind is in the gut. Allow your heart and your mind to focus on your constant companion. Okay, untuck the toes, come into a little rock or a seed. Come into that little seed. And then the seed is waking up, creating support. Tuck the toes, lean into the support. And this time you become a dolphin. This time you become a dolphin. Bend the knees and come all the way up to standing. Okay. So we have now used images, we have used written words, And we have used the body to try to understand what we're doing down here on Earth. Okay. Spend time with me for the pure pleasure of being in my company. I can brighten up the dullest of gray days. I can add sparkle to the routines of daily life. You have to repeat so many tasks day after day. This monotony can dull your thinking until your mind slips into neutral. A mind that is unfocused is vulnerable to the world, the flesh, and the devil, all of which exert a downward pull on your thoughts. As your thinking processes deteriorate, you become increasingly confused and directionless. The best remedy is to refocus your mind and heart on me, your constant companion. Even the most confusing day opens up before you as you go step by step with me. My presence goes with you wherever you go, providing light for your path. Okay, so we have about 5 minutes. Sit up tall. Take your seat. Sit up tall. Bring your awareness or your focus to focus on your breath. And maybe notice that as your mind becomes more and more focused, it's like it stretches out, it gets thinner, and you can see beyond. And maybe you can experience or sense your constant companion there. Let's give it a try. We have about 5 minutes. Here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Place your hands in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion, maybe bowing gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste.